Good afternoon. Am I audible? There is a pretty much noise here because of the construction work. Is it okay? Am I audible? Are you able to hear me? Anybody can confirm in the chat so that I can just give a quick revision on. Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But please adjust with the background sound. Okay, thank you. So I'll just give a quick revision. Let me share my screen. My screen is visible, right? Thank you. Yeah. So we'll just have a quick brief on what was covered in the last session. So we saw the two basic requirements, right? For the controller node to connect to the manage node or the target node, the two basic requirements was the network connectivity and the inventory file, right? That was the two basic requirements we saw in the previous session. Yes, I will share all the PDF will be shared in the portal, respective portal. Don't worry about that. I'll be sharing. Okay. So the two basic requirements was about the network connectivity and the inventory file that we have seen in the last session, and how we have seen about the playbook and all this. So here, once the inventory file has been created, okay, once the inventory file has been created, we are given the information about the manage node or the target node. We can use the ping module, okay, ping module to check the connectivity between the controller node and the manage node. So we can use a ping module once the inventory file has been created. Fine. Then we have seen the three basic steps, right? How while configuring the Apache web server, we have seen three basic steps. The first step is about the like install the HTTPD, right? HTTPD is a product, right? So we'll install a package HTTPD. The second step is to we host a website on the config on the controller node, and we'll copy that we'll copy that web page into the document root of the management. Okay, that is the second step. And the third step is to start the service. That is what we have seen in the those three steps to how basic steps how to configure the Apache web server, and we have seen how to write a playbook also. So this is a playbook, okay, we have written in the previous class. So this you can write it, see these package, the copy and the service, these three steps, right? This is a list of tasks that has to be performed, right? This here you can see it is written in a straight line, okay? You can write it, this is not a wrong format. You can write it in a straight line, or you can write in the block of code format also here. Right? The three tasks like package, install the package, right? Copy, right? We'll create the web page in the controller node, and we'll copy that into the document root of the manage role. Next is start the service. So we can write in a straight line, or we can put it into a block of code format. Yes, sir will be joining at 2 p.m. Okay. And this is a block of code format. Okay. And these are the attributes, right? These are the attributes of the service module, right? So the name, the state, and enabled are the attributes of the service module. You can put in the attributes in a double quotes in this straight line or in the block of code format also. Okay. And you can see that in the previous session, we have given the state keyword, and this is the value started. When you give this, without giving the enable keyword, if you just specify the state started, it will just start the service. Okay. On boot time, after boot time, if you see, the service will be disabled. For your service to be permanent, okay, after the boot time, you can use the enabled keyword with the value. Okay. This is, you need not by heart. Okay. You can just refer the service module, okay, document for this, and you can check this. That is what we are shown here. This is the document, okay, for the service module. You can see here, this is the enable keyword. Okay, it is having a predefined value, true, right? This is to start the service on boot time, permanent. Okay, so that is the thing which is shown here. And one more thing you can notice here, this is the service that we are starting, right? Once we install the package, then copy that into the manage node, then we're starting the service, right? The HTTPD service is the value given by us. So it's like a string, and this has to be put in the double quotes. Whatever value that we are specifying should be put in a double quotes. Whatever predefined value, okay, these are the predefined values, started and true. You can see here, okay, from the document, this true, okay, is a choice, it's given, okay, it's a predefined value, okay. And from the state also, you can see, right, started is a predefined value. So the predefined value you need not specify in the double quotes. Only the value that we define can be put in the double quotes. So all the tasks like package, copy, any task you can put in the form of block of code format. It's more human readable. Okay, this is one thing we have seen in the last session. Next, that is what we have shown. All the tasks can be put in the block of code format. Next, while you write a playbook, it's a good practice to, before running the playbook, okay, using this command, before running a playbook, you can just check the syntax of the playbook before running. It's just good practice, okay. Next coming to the groups. So why do we require a groups here? Okay, for example, there are 10 manage nodes. Okay, on 5 manage node, I want to configure it as web server, and the other 5 manage node, I want to configure it as a database server. So those 5 nodes, I can put it into a web group and I can run the playbook on this inventory. So it makes our management easier and very simple. Okay, I hope this is clear, right? Here we are just specifying the groups inventory on the in the inventory file. Next, coming to the all. See, this all is a special group. All, like here we can see, right? This is a web group, this is a DB group. Okay, this is in the inventory file. You can here there is only one manage node in each. If you want, you can put any number of inventories also here. Okay, for just example, we are shown here how it can be easily managed. Okay, you can see here that all is also special group where it has the list of hosts. I hope this is clear, right? So group are just for management purpose. It's very easier and simple to manage, right? For the configuration management. Okay, next coming to the debug module. So what is the use of this debug module? In the PDF, I have given the links. Okay, once I upload this on the portal, you can just see. Okay, or you can just Google it also. You'll just get the documentation for each module. You need not by heart or memorize anything. So this debug module is to print a message during execution. Okay, so we can use this debug module. This is one example how to use a debug module, and then you can run the playbook. You can see the message has been printed using the debug module. Next, coming to variables. You can see before the task. Okay, before the task, we can declare some variables with a value. Okay, here these are called as global variables. Okay, these are called as global variables, and it can be used anywhere within the code, right? You can see here we are using a debug module to print this message. Okay, and we want to print the value of x, not just x. X is not a string here. We want to print the value of x. See, x is here the variables. This is a list of variables. You can see x is having the value 5 and y is having the value 10, right? Yes. Here we are printing the message using the debug module. Now here it is printing this message and we want to print the value of X, not just X as a string. We want to print the value of X. So this X variable has to be put in a curly braces. This is a format. If you don't give this in this proper format, it will print the X as a string or whatever it is present here. If you want to print any value of a variable, then this is the format that variable has to be put in the curly braces. Okay, I hope this is clear, and we can see the value of X has been printed. The value of X is 5. We have declared here. This is a global variable, right? This is the X value that has been printed when you run the playbook. Okay, I hope this is clear. Similarly, we can give variable for whatever we have done, right? We have done for the configuration of Apache web server. Instead of specifying the package name, you can give a name here. For example, now I want to install HTTP. Later, I want to install some other package like Firefox or VLC, whatever it is, right? So we can declare a variable. Okay, here. Can you see here? This is about the task. This is a global variable. Here we can specify. We need not specify change here once. You can just change here and it will be updated here. If the variable will take that value, you need not go and change one everywhere, wherever variables are used. Okay, I hope this is clear, right? This is like instead of specifying HTTP here, we can specify a variable in the words before the task. This is a global variable declaration. Okay. Similarly, you know that we are hosting a web page, right? We are hosting a web page, right? And we have to copy that web page into the document root of the management. For that also, we can declare a variable, right? Here we can see that the service name and the package name is same, but it will not be always the same. So we are just specify the service name as HTTP, and this is Indian. I hope this is clear, right? This is about the variables, and you can see variables are put in a curly brackets. It will take the, if you don't put a curly brackets, it will not take the value. This is the keyword, right? And this is the value. If you place the curly brackets, it will take the value of the keyword. I hope this is clear. And next, you can see that whatever web pages we host, okay, the web pages are put in the default document root. Okay, this is the default document. If you want to change the default document root, there is the steps also. So these 3 steps is like basic steps to configure as a web server, right? At Apache web server, we are going to install a package. We are going to host a web page and copy that into the document root of the manage node, then start the service, right? These 3 are the basic steps. Now, for example, we want to change the document root. Okay, what can be done? How it can be done? Okay, there are additional 2 steps that can be done if you want to change the document. So the default document root is this. Okay, so here we'll see the steps for that. So first is that same, right? We're going to install the package, right? So now the default document root, okay, that you can change it, right? For that, we have to create a directory. So now the default document root has been changed to var wwl. Just one example here. Okay, this we are changing the default document root. Okay, so for that, we have to create a directory. Okay, and we have to specify that we are going to change the default document root to this. So that can be done in the configure. This is a secondary configuration file of the HTTPD. You have to go into this and you have to create a file with extension.conf. Okay, and then you have to copy this content to this file. I hope this is clear, right? The first 3 basic steps are install a package, right? Then copy that and start the service. Now, if you want to change the document root, right, to any other the custom, whatever you want, the default document root, you want to change that. For that, you have to create that particular directory first. Then in the secondary configuration file, you can create a file with extension.conf and you can copy it here. This is the keyword document root, and you can specify the document root where you want to host the web pages. I hope this is clear. So these two steps are added. Okay, for that you can see in the playbook for that. So here, this is the for the web page, the variables, right? This is for the package, and this is for the document root. This document directory, we are creating a variable. Okay, this is for the package, right? This is for the copy, and this is for the. So these two are the additional steps. Okay, so file module is used to create a directory, and here we are specifying the path, right? The document directory. This is a variable here. So what is the path here? Var www. That is, we are creating one document root of our own, right? So this is to file module we are using to create a directory. And next step is in this configuration file, we have to put that value of the document root, right? The content. Where is our document root? Which is our document root? That content we have to put. So we have to use a copy module for that, right? The content we are copying into the configuration file. So this becomes the destination and the content. I hope this is clear, right? So these two are the additional steps if you want to change the default document root. I hope this is clear. And as a good practice, you can use, I'll just show you here. Yeah, in each task, you can give the name. What is the, when you run a playbook, it is very simple. When it lists the tasks, if you specify a name here, it will show us that this particular task is creating a directory or is installing a package. So you can give a name, right? And there are two ways to see the documentation. One is from the, you can just go to the browser and just you can check for the document, or you can from the command line, you can use this command, okay, your module name, and you can check for the documentation, or my -L to list all the documents. One second, Gaurav. Yes, if you don't specify /n, it will not go to the next line here. I think yesterday sir has shown you the demo. Yes, in the end, I have listed here all the links, okay, for each module, copy module, package module, survey module. For all the PDF, you have the links, or it's very simple. You can just get it from the net also. Just a minute. I'll just stop sharing the screen. Gaurav, is it clear why we are using that /n in the copy module? Yes, so we'll be joining in a minute. Yes, all the PDF will be uploaded on the portal. Yes. Yes, you should have an inventory file, right? You should have an inventory file, and you should have a network connectivity, right? If your system is Linux, right? We use SSH, right? Protocol. We have seen in the previous session, right, Deepak? If it is a Windows, like we use a protocol WinRM, right? Okay, I will just enable it so that you can download all the PDFs. Almost it is done. Once again, I'll check on the portal and I will give the enable option so that you will all be able to download the PDF. Yes, yes. This is the session. Yes, I will upload it right now. Yes, after the session immediately. I will do it. Session 1 and 2 has been done. Yes. I think Sir is here. Just a minute.
Hey guys, welcome back, and let's continue with next part. So, plan for today is, according to me, this is the one of the core and very important class for the Ansible. Okay, lots of powerful use cases we're going to build today, and any use case that you want to build on and with the help of Ansible. So this topic, what we are going to discuss today, is help you a lot. So take today's topic, guys, is a very serious note. Okay, because whatever we discussed till date, it is just a core concept of the Ansible. I just given you the idea how to write a code or the playbook. Okay, but today what we are going to discuss, it give you the actual power to you in the world of Ansible. So anything from basic to advanced, whatever guys you want to build, okay, whatever you want to build, it would be built on the top of these concepts. Okay, and does not matter whichever kind of Ansible you use, whichever version of Ansible you use. Okay, this is a core concept. Without this, any advanced or real industry use cases you won't able to develop or build. Okay, so see in this context that any and every use case in any of the version of the Ansible, this is the key. What we are going to do to discuss today would help you. So I would like to jump directly to the next concept. So what I'm going to do today, I'm just going to give you one very quick requirement or use case. Okay, and by understanding this use case, I will explain you the remaining topic of today's class, right? For example, let's say you know one thing. We have an Ansible controller node, the system where and from where we are controlling all the target nodes. And how we are controlling? So somebody has created a playbook for us. Okay, we keep the playbook here and we'll run or execute the playbook. And obviously, when we execute the playbook, inside the playbook we'll write which host we want to run the playbook on. Host means in which target node. And all those target node will put in the inventory. So those things we have discussed in my last classes, right? So inventory is more like a database. Okay, and in the inventory we can type that we have IP1, IP2, IP3, IP4, or maybe we can also manage those IP how by grouping. We can say these two IP belongs to one group, and these two IP would be my web server. And now it does not matter this IP running in your container world, local VM, data center, on premises, cloud, private cloud. The way we do the Ansible is same. Does not have any difference. Right? Only you need a connectivity. Okay. So in the data inventory, we'll write this that we have group of computer. This is known as group or the host group. Okay. So whoever create your playbook, they will write in the playbook that these are the group or the host group is called web. I want my playbook will be execute on this host. That's what we have done in my last class. If I have the code with me of my last class, that's what we write here. This is what we write. So this entire task we have task 1, task 2, task 3. All the tasks become your playbook. And we write, we have one host where is a group of web computers or the host or the target computers. Okay. So in the web group, I want all these tasks to be performed, what we have discussed in my last class also. It means whenever you run this playbook will go to all those computer, in my case, IP1, IP2. Okay, how? By some way or by some networking, obviously. They will go and connect and they will do the automation, right? Now, what automation I want to perform, that will be your choice. Okay. So that's what we have discussed in my last class. Let me add one more point here. Okay. So based on this explanation, this is what we have developed in my last class. And this is the current setup we have right now. So this is the computer we are using for the Ansible controller node. I think it is still running. So let me restart my connectivity. This is the same system we was working in my last class. And here we have a code folder where we can create this code in my last class. And right now in my Ansible, if I see all the inventory, so these are the 2 IP addresses we have. Okay. And if I have the web group, in the web group, we have 2 IP addresses by chance. By chance, they are same, but this is a different group altogether. Okay. This is a group we have. And we have created a playbook that will do something on this group. That's what we have done in my last class, right? So what I want to do today. Okay. So our current setup, guys, is something like this. Okay. We have one controller node. Let me use the word C here. And we have some target node. Okay. I have 2, but let me add some more. So these are the target computers, target node. Let me give this computer IP address 91 in the last number I'm using here for the reference. So this IP 91 working as a target computer, IP 113 working as a target computer. Let's say we have some more IP, let's say IP 100 working as a target computer. Okay. Now, point is, okay, let's say all these 3 computers in my inventory, and guys, understand this use case is very interesting. Okay. I created one group. Let's say web group. How I created this group, I showed you yesterday, but let me open this file one more time, etc Ansible. This is my inventory file. Okay. So this is how we create the web group. That's all. Pretty simple, right? In this web group, we have attached there's 3 IP addresses, let's say 91, 113, and let's say 100. So this 3 IP we had 91, 113, and let's say one more IP we have 100, right? Now, this inventory we have created, or kind of database we have created. Now, what I want to do, I have the playbook written by somebody. And in this playbook, what they write depend upon the requirement, what is use case you have. Okay. And the use case what I have is from this playbook, like I have some app written in some language. Let's say they're written in a language called Java, for example. I want this app to be run there. I want app to be deployed there. How? With the help of automation. Okay. The app will be Java, HTML page. In my last class, we have deployed HTML pages. Okay. This is what the code we write in my last class, this page. So we deploy the HTML page. Instead, we can deploy Java code. Okay. Or web page or something like this. So in this playbook, I have some app written in some language, Java, maybe pure HTML, PHP, whatever it would be. So in the playbook, what we write, we write the steps. Step number 1, step number 2, step number 3. Technically, in the playbook world, those steps are known as task. We write a task in that sequence. Okay, the sequence would be task 1, task 2, task 3, all the things. Okay, same sequence, the playbook work. The point here is, this is what you know already. The point here is, okay, we have certain challenge and certain requirement. I can say we have certain hardware requirement. The way this app has been developed, okay, the minimum requirement to run this app, minimum requirement, let's say the requirement of the hardware. So minimum requirement or the minimum hardware requirement to run this app, okay, whichever system this app going to deploy, okay, we need minimum 4 GB RAM available. Okay, and 4 GB RAM would be free. Would be free. Means maybe this system might have 16 GB RAM, but they are completely used by some other program. Okay, so maybe 16 GB RAM, but all the 16 GB RAM has been used in this computer. So in this system, if I want to run my app, it will fail. So my requirement for this app is, let's say, we need 4 GB RAM free in my target computer. Okay, only then I want to deploy my app or set up my automation there. Otherwise, without this, if I try, it will fail. Okay, the challenge is okay, this system is one computer, maybe set up by you. So the system has a CPU, let's say core 2, maybe the system, the RAM you have is 16 GB. Okay, the system is installed with Red Hat 8 or 9, something like this. Okay. Because this system is set up by you or by your IT guys, infrastructure guys. So what is the hardware and other OS and program they have installed. That thing but one thing that you don't know about the current status of the system. What is current status? What is going on right now? Because there's something that is keep on changing on the real time. Okay. For example, on the real time, the utilization of your RAM is keep on changing. On the real time, the size in the hard disk is keep on changing. How much CPU we are using is been changing. Okay, so there's lots of things on the real time is keep on changing. Okay, maybe physical RAM we have 16 GB, but on the real time maybe 14 GB RAM has been used. After 1 minute, maybe it becomes 15 GB. After next minute, it become maybe 10 GB. It's keep on changing. Okay, so I don't know what is the current status of IP91, this target computer. Okay, so what I want finally, okay, whenever I want to run this playbook, okay, in this computer, okay, I need to do something like this before I run the playbook and automate something. Okay, I want to understand the real-time status of this computer. Okay, if this system, okay, let's say in this case total is real hard disk, so RAM is 16 GB, 14 is being used, so obviously 2 GB is free right now. Let's say this is the current status. Okay, so before I run the playbook on this computer, I'll check this and I write certain condition. Condition is, if the free RAM or memory, same thing, if less than or equals to 4 GB, in this case, I won't run my playbook. Okay, or maybe I won't run my task. Because technically in the playbook, we are running the task. So this is task 1, this is task 2. I will, sorry, I want to run my task. Guys, can hold for a second, please. Okay. So this is what I want. Okay. Yeah. If you know already this time is 16 GB RAM and it's free, then pretty simple, nothing to write a condition. But something is keep on changing on the real time. So based on getting the information on the real time, I will have to take some decision. This is kind of decision. Okay. So my decision is if runtime, or sorry, not runtime, or real time, if RAM is free, what I'm looking for. Okay, it's less than 4 GB, I won't run. More than 4 GB, then I run my task in this target. It means if this target, in simple term, if this target has 4 GB RAM available, then only I will deploy my app. Otherwise, I won't, because I know my requirement that this app need 4 GB RAM or 2 GB RAM or 8 GB RAM. It means now it is something like this. You have hundreds and thousands of computers. Target, put in maybe in all the group or web group. Okay, so what can you do here? It can be one example. You say go to all the computers wherever you find RAM 4 GB available. Go and deploy the app there. That's also one of the way you can think of. Or one more thing we can add here. Maybe hundreds of computers we have, but I need 3 systems to be deployed with web server or app server or app application. I can say go and find out one by one all the computers. Wherever 3 computers you will find with app server or app to be deployed, just deploy it. My condition is this one. My condition is RAM to be at that point in time, CPU, RAM, okay, to be more than 4 GB available. I'm just giving RAM as example. There's much more thing we can set, because there's a possibility, this system running with Red Hat 9, A9, this is 8. This system will be running with Red Hat 9 with different kernel version or different version. This may be Red Hat 9.1, 9.0. So I can also say this condition. I need 4 GB RAM minimum with Red Hat 9.1 version only, or with Ubuntu version only. So whenever all these conditions match, then only I would like to deploy my app or run my this setup on this playbook. Okay. So this is what we need, guys, because my point is very simple. Whoever create your app, develop your app, I mean Java and PHP, they will tell you requirement. They say I write a code in PHP. Minimum requirement, if you want to run it in the system, you need 4 GB RAM, right? This app properly supported Red Hat version 9.1. Okay, it's supported only on the kernel of this version 5.1. Okay, so all those things, if you have in your underlying OS, then only app will work. So they give this guideline, the hardware requirement, the software requirements. Based on the requirement, you have to deploy it. Okay, obviously writing the playbook is just how to set up. But in the playbook, we have to also type these conditions. Whenever this condition match, then only those computers we want to use, or those target computer we want to use for running our app. Okay, so this is kind of use case we want to implement today. And this is very, very important use case. Okay, almost every time we want to use, there might be some kind of variation maybe there, but this is very commonly used use case we always wanted to implement in the automation world, because means we want automation, that for sure. We want automation from the Ansible, that we want this, means it's a declarative way, intelligence way that we want, but we can't blindly do the automation. Okay, we have to be intelligent. in typing the code. Means you have to properly take the decisions, what you're doing and where you're doing. Okay, so it will be useful. So by setting this context, let's start the today's class. So by the end of this class, something like this you will see. Okay, but before we move to this practical, lots of different concepts I have to explain to you. Okay, explain to you. So first, let me explain one by one all the concepts. Then finally, by the end of the day, something like this we will develop today. Okay, so this is one big interesting use case I would like to talk before I start the today's topic. So let's guys continue with one by one topic. Okay, so first topic I would like to take is known as facts. This is one topic I want to take today. I mean, first topic. What is facts? Okay, so one beautiful thing about the Ansible is, okay, this is the controller node and this is the target node. Okay, so Ansible guys has a capability, okay, that whenever you hit to the target node, okay, Ansible can retrieve the real-time information about this target node. What is going on at this point in time? Okay, Ansible can retrieve the real-time status at this, because real-time is at this point in time, right? Because next time they will change, obviously. So what is going on at this time in this computer, they can retrieve. Come on, the spelling is retrieve. So they can retrieve those information. Okay. Now, and this is one more point. Okay, any information, let's say at this point in time, my free RAM in this computer out of 16 GB, maybe 1 GB. So 1 GB is information, right? And you guys know, if you want to use any information like a data, so always you want to store data in some variable. Let's say variable may be memory, free variable, it's just a variable name. So any information to pass from here to there, or when we also use, we always want to store this information in some variable or some key. Okay. In this example, this variable, okay, or this key is giving the information about this target. That this is the number of RAM is available, or this number of CPU they have. This is the version they installed with. Okay. So technically this key or this variable in this example is known as fact about this node. And that is a topic about fact. Okay. So how Ansible can retrieve? So for this, I have these nodes. Let's say I don't know about this node, this Ubuntu or this Windows and how much RAM is free. I don't know. It's running somewhere in my data center. Okay. I don't know about this. So what I can do, I can take Ansible, do one thing, go to this IP address, okay, and retrieve all the facts, however they set up their computers. Okay, so setup is one module in the Ansible. How I know? You can just also quickly check Ansible setup module. Okay. So what they do, even if you read here, this module will gather the facts about the remote computer, it means target nodes, all the facts, and the information on the real time. That's what this module will do. Okay. And what facts they gather which architecture they are using, what the current date and time on the computer. Okay. What is the OS family they use, Red Hat or Ubuntu. Okay, what kernel version they have, what the processor they have, how many processors they have. Okay, many more things, RAM. So they give some information. These are the facts they gather about the system. Okay, how? By using this module. So if I'm running this, again, this IP address. Okay, so they're going there, and guys here, very quickly, they gather all the facts. For example, now I come to know system where I hit. Okay, there where I hit, they are using. Okay, they are using, for example, they are using, just to make it very simple examples I'm taking here, they are having one single processor. Okay, so they have a one CPU with a single processor of this company. This is the name of the processor, Intel Core. Okay, this is what they're using. Or if you go up, their OS family is Red Hat. That system is using Red Hat, not Ubuntu. Okay, even though they also come to know on Red Hat, what is the package manager they use? They use DNF. DNF is you can think is an advanced version of Yum. So DNF almost like a Yum. So behind the scene, they're using Yum. Okay, so that OS, in this OS, if you want to install any software, you can use Yum or the DNF command. Okay, they're using behind the scene. Or what can I see? Okay, the host name of the computer. Okay, the details of hard disk, how much hard disk is free, how much hard disk is used, how much block on the hard disk is available, how many partitions they have slash partitions they have. Okay, how much memory total free, the RAM. RAM is memory, not the hard disk. So 76 MB RAM is free at this point in time. So let me take some note here. So technically, this is the value and this is called key or the variable. Technically here, this key and variable known as facts. They are known as fact. So this fact know about the memory total. Okay, and this fact, where it was, okay, this fact is know about the robot CPU, or I will show you one more facts. Okay, it's a predefined variables. One minute, where the name goes to family. One minute. Yeah, here it is. This will talk about the family, which OS you are using at this point in time. Okay, like this, if you just go up, huge information they talk about, all the OS respective information. Okay, what is the host name they have, what is the IP address they have, almost everything they talk about, hardware address, MAC address, IP address of that system. Maybe have multiple network card, which card they have, what IP address they have. Okay, but now one interesting thing, if you notice here, let me go up. This is also one of the way you can, they will tell you the distribution. So they're almost the same thing they're showing you, family and the distribution. They are using Red Hat distribution. Okay, but if you go up, even though they talk about which version they are using, let me use this one also. They're using Red Hat version 9.1 or 9.0, 9.2 maybe there. Okay, they are showing those things, right? And now if you just go a little bit up, okay, and finally we see Ansible facts. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell you here is, okay, when you run this command, this module has a capability to go to this IP and retrieve all the information. And information technically here is known as facts. Okay, and understand one thing, guys, whenever you retrieve any information, every information we store in a variable that is equal to value. Let's say variable is X, value is 5. Here the variable is known as key or the fact. And because normally in the real world, if you want to exchange the information between two programs, for example, I am here at Ansible controller node, I'm reading the value from the target node. So normally in the real world, two programs between two computers want to exchange the information, especially in the information exchange world. Okay, we use a standard language in the market called JSON. JSON is not like language, it's a way we manage the information. Okay, especially if two computers sending the information to each other. So I'm the controller node, we are getting the information target node. So we send the information in JSON format. So this, the way you see here, this is the JSON. It's more like YAML, but it's JSON. Okay, where where we use the variable name like this. This is a variable name. Okay, and this is the value, and between variable and value, we write colon. Okay, and this is one key value pair, or this is one information, or this is one fact. And then we put comma. Then second fact, third fact. Like this. Okay. So this is just giving the information. This is just on, this is not a YAML. Okay. Second thing is, okay, there's a possibility. The possibility, maybe you have multiple information. Let's say one information is OS name is Red Hat. Okay. RAM free, let's say 5 GB. Okay, so that's the entire information is they can put in one block. So this is a block information about one system or one thing. So this block also we can give the name, this is key name or fact name. Key. That's what we can see here. For example, Ansible fact, even though let me give a different example here. For example, if you go a little bit down, okay, so we have a lot of info about date. Okay, date on the system is this one, day on the system is this one, hour on the system is this one, minute on the system is this one. So these are different information. One fact, second fact, third fact, fourth fact. All those information we group together in one block. Here, this is block, the block of code. Okay, but this entire block of code also we give a name. We give a name. It's called Ansible data. So what Ansible data is the name of the block. Here, this also fact. It's also like a variable. This block. It means if I ask in the future to the Ansible, no, I don't want to retrieve the entire information. I only want to interest in to show you this block. So we'll give this key name or this fact name. So Ansible will only present you this thing to you. Okay, for example, let's say I'm only interested to see this block of information. It means out of this, let me copy this name here. And why I'm copying this? Because we don't have to memorize this name, right? So I can use this name somewhere. Okay, so I can ask Ansible, you're giving me a lot of information, but what I'm interested on, I'm not want to interest in all the information. I'm only interested to see the date and times related details. So for this, Ansible say, hey, do one thing. I have, even though I can say I'm only interested to see your details of the IP addresses. How many IP addresses you have, maybe multiple network card you have. Okay, so every similar kind of information they group together and put in one block. And that block also give the name, and the name is also here by chance on the variable or the facts. Okay, so they say these are the information we have. Whichever you want to retrieve, you can retrieve. For example, I want to retrieve architecture. Which architecture these guys work on? Let me start from here. Okay, so what can I do? There's option here in the setup module. In setup module, every module comes with the attribute and properties. Okay, syntax is same. Okay, and the attribute and property what they have. Okay, we might see some example also is filter. So we can use one, even though you can see some example also, filter. Okay, so there's one attribute called filter. Is a attribute name, even though we can see from here also. Filter. And here we can give some values. Okay, so let's say one of the value I'm going to give is Ansible architecture. Okay, enter. Now what happened? Out of this, the entire big information, I filter, search in simple term, only about the Ansible architecture. That's this one. It means, sorry, in this IP address, they're not using ARM machine. They're using 64-bit machines. Okay, on this IP address. Or maybe I can say, can you tell me the OS family? I can filter OS family. So OS family is Red Hat. Okay, or let me try with this one name. I want to see the details of the date and time. Okay, but because this date and time is a big key, it's which one block name, so entire block gonna come up. So there's one big key or one fact. So in this entire block of code gonna come up. Okay, so because this has a multiple information to retrieve. Okay, but we have a way. If you only want to retrieve month only, so we can again further filter down. Okay, and say now in this block I don't want to see the entire things. In this block I want to see the month and the minute. So we can also go to this level of filter also. But I'll show you how we can do. Okay, so you can see there's some examples also here, guys, in this document. We can do all the, even though we can write some except sequence also, means regex also. Okay, means I know star Ansible, I know with MB, I don't know what is between this. Anything that has a MB in the last filter. For example, okay, do one thing Ansible, I know some key name or the fact name is start with Ansible, in the last some name and with MB again underscore, but I don't know what is there in between. Start means anything that come in the between. Show me all the facts with this name. So they say, and start with Ansible and with MB, we have M total, swap total, this one. They show me. Sometimes we forgot the name. For example, I was trying to memorize the name. Something is there with family. Okay, start with family, and with family. I don't know. Something is there. Okay, so we write before start also, after start also. So wherever family comes here, by some family come here. So before this fact they give to us. It's very quickly. So without memorizing the entire name, they give you, okay, this is the actual fact name or variable name. This is like that. So that level of filter also we can do here. Okay, I'll go in more detail in this topic, but I think you got the idea. Okay, you got the idea. For example, I have talked about the memory total. Okay, so tell me what is the mem total you have. Okay, so right now the total memory is 761 MB. It's not free, the total memory. So how can you find the free? There might be one key who can tell me the current memory. Free available, not total. What is the name of the fact? I don't know. So let me do one thing. Let me again use this filter with star. I say there might be, logically, there might be some key name free, but I don't know the exact fact name. It may be free, middle, last, somewhere it might be there. Okay. So this is what they give me. So now I got the entire key name or the fact name. Now if I get the exact name, we can filter with the exact name also. Exact name also. So now this is the key name filter name that tell me the real-time status of the system. So right now this computer has 145 MB RAM free, or maybe I can run this with all the computers. All the computers I have in inventory. This computer has this RAM free. This computer has this memory free. On the real time they come up, right? Because they're talking about the free memory. Total is always fixed, right? Free is keep on changing. Maybe after some time, if I again run, there might be difference come up. Now this is difference here, difference come up, right? Now at this point in time, on the real time, this computer has 198 memory free. Okay. Now based on this information, we can do a lot of things. The way and the example and the use case that I'm talking about, we can very easily build this. We need to understand some more thing to implement this use case, but we can build this point also very quickly. Okay. Now, one more thing I want to add. Okay. Technically, okay, what you see as a facts, this is also like a key name or variable name, Means whatever operation you can do in Ansible variable, same operation you can do here. Yesterday, guys, I was talking about the variables topic, right? So any operation that you perform in the variable, same operation you can do over here, because fact is like a variable. Only difference is, if you talk about the variable as a topic, okay, if you want to create your own variable, that's called user defined variable, the x05 what we built yesterday. But some variables pre-created, they are known as facts. Okay, why the fact? Because the fact they can't change it, right? This is a real fact. What is the real stress is a real fact. This also, but this is also kind of variables. Now it is your choice where you want to use the variable. This fact is a variable I use in my command line. This is an ad hoc command. I told you we can use Ansible in two ways with the ad hoc command, but we mostly use Ansible in the playbook. Okay, so let me do one thing. Let me create a playbook over here, and what I'm going to do for test, let me use a f.yml file, new file I'm creating here, and I'm going to run this playbook against let's say all the computers or all the web computers, for example. Okay, and where you create a variable, this is how we create the variable, right? X equal to 5. This is what we discussed in my last class. Okay, if you want to use the variable, we can use the variable somewhere. For example, just for testing purpose, I'm using debug module just for printing, right? And here I'm going to use this variable, right? How? Var keyword. This was a demo I showed you yesterday, right? Or let me run by chance on one single computer so we can be, see the limited output. But one more thing, guys, a playbook will be run against some computer. Either run against this computer, with local host, that will be your choice. Yeah, we are just printing, so running against this IP does not make sense, but something to give. Okay, so this code we have done already in my last class. So let me run this playbook. This is now playbook. I'm running this playbook. Okay, and you can see this output come up. But I'm not interested in this. I'm interested in something else. Now, what I want to do, instead of X, I can use my facts also. Same way, there's no change. Same way facts we can use here. Now, this we don't need this kind of variable here. I just used just to show a very quick demonstration purpose. Okay, but now it means we go to this IP and what is the current status of the memory total? We can retrieve. So in IP 191, this is the total RAM they have. Or maybe I'm interested in to see the mem free. So they have the key that I used, mem free. What I was. This one I don't memorize because I don't need to memorize. Okay, is this one. So this will tell you the current status of the system and they print it for us. Now, it means by default, we can use the answer fact like a variable in our normal playbook. So whatever you can do with the variables, you can do over here. Now, what can we do? We'll see in a minute. But before this, I want to add some more thing. For example, let me use the setup command again. Okay. Setup command, guys, give you lots of information. I can say now a lot of facts. Okay. Some facts they give you like a normal key value pair, like this is a key, this is a value, like a normal variable. Okay. And some key value pair they give in a group. So the key value pair, one key value pair, one key value pair, but this is similar kind of information they put in one block, this one group. And this group also they give the name. This name is also like a variable. So anybody who know any programming languages, okay, this is more like an associative array. In some programming languages, it is known as dictionary. In some programming language, it is known as object. Language to language, they have a different name. Like in JavaScript, this is known as JSON, JavaScript object notation, JavaScript objects. In Python, this kind of thing known as dictionary. In PHP, this is known as associative array. Sometimes it's called multi-dimensional array. Okay, so whatever you know, Okay, otherwise you can say it's a block of code. There is a one name. Okay, so normally what Ansible has done, they organize the similar kind of information, like all the thing about SLNX in this group. Or if you go up, let me see some more thing. All the from a processor in one group. Okay, or let me go some other example. So again, to show you something else. Okay, let me take one better example. So, for example, I'm just trying to find out. So I can show you some interesting concept. Okay. This can be used now. Let me use this one. One more, guys. Let me use this one. Ansible. Come on, where this goes. Ansible network devices. So what I'm looking for, what I want to do, I want to do something like this. Okay, that I have one block, one group, okay, that contain lots of information about the networking and the network device we have. Name of that group was this one. This one. This is one key, and curly braces means it is a group of information. Okay, it means if I retrieve this information, let me write here. Okay, what I get, I will get this entire block. Okay, so let me do it from the playbook. So instead of write this, let me use this particular fact name. Okay, so of this IP address, I will retrieve the entire IPv4, means networking information about the system. Sorry. Now get this block of code. See here, the entire block of code gonna come up. Are you interested in the entire block of code? Maybe yes, but maybe I'm not. I only looking to know the IP address of this guy. So not this key value pair. Again, this one big key contains lots of key value pair. But inside this block, okay, there's multiple sub key value pair gonna come up. So what you want to retrieve? Let's say you want to retrieve only the IP address. So address is the key. Only thing that you don't know is the address or the value, but you know the key. So what can you do if you're only interested to know this one? Only want to use this one, I can say. Okay, so what can we do? In this key, you can say now, in this key, just go deep and retrieve this key. And how can we do? So here we can use a concept called dot notation. And then we can use the further key or sub key of it, or in this hierarchy address. Now, there's a big key under this sub key. And what the value of this sub key can be retrieved. Can be retrieved. Guess here only this IP address gonna come up. Okay, this is one of the way. This is one of the way to do. Or if you want to do another way, this one more syntax this support. Okay, so instead of dot notation, we can use square bracket. That normally we do in the programming language world. So this is a one big array name, and this big array contains one key name. And key normally we put in the single quote. This is also one of the syntax we can use. Same output you will get. Same output you will get. Okay, so this can be done. So if you have one group of information, you have to go deep into this and retrieve particular information. Then this is one of the syntax we can use, whatever you guys comfortable on. Okay, one more thing, I want to take one example here. If you can see some better example. Let's say I want to retrieve something like this. What I want to retrieve. So this is the key. One big block. This key contains one more key, but this is also one block. And this contains their other key. So I want to go deep and find the release version or the measure number. Okay. So what I do, I can take this. Okay. So let me take this key. Okay. And let me use where keyword. Take this key. Let me write debug one more time. So 2 time I'm printing. Okay. So right now what they print, they will print this entire big block. What they show you, let me show you. So in this IP address, they're talking about which Python version they install in the target system. So they say this is the entire information of the Python system. Okay. But if you want to if you want to know only the version of the Python or the other things. So this key contains one more sub key. So what can we do? Same logic, right? We can write dot notation here. So this particular sub key will print. By sense, this sub key is also like a one kind of dictionary, one kind of block. Here, this also contain one block. So maybe you are interested to know the major version of the Python. Okay, which version they use. The Python 2 is different, Python 3 is different. Maybe you have some application that might not support in Python 3. I need Python 2. I can find from here according to my application will deploy it. I can use a measure key. And then inside this, I can use measure again. So after this, I can add one more dot. So like it's dot, dot, dot if you can keep on going down. So there's a top key, then sub key, then sub key. You can use this option also. Okay. So now only that part will be retrieved. Now this is the option come up. Now based on this information, you can do something on it. Okay, and this can be written in this way also in a square block notation, square bracket, single quote start, single close, square one, then remove the dot, again block, single start, single close, and that's what. Okay, same thing, no difference. Then quickly check the. So point is, what is facts? I explained to you, and how to retrieve the value of facts I explained to you. And second thing, fact will tell you the real-time status. Something is fixed always, Python version fixed, but maybe somehow we upgrade the version in that target node. We can retrieve which version has been upgraded. IP might change, but M will change. Free I'm talking about, so we can see the real information about the target nodes. Okay, this is one thing. And next thing is, point is in the playbook. Okay, how this information comes, from where it's come. For example, in the command line, if you want to retrieve the information, we have to run the setup module. Setup module is the one in the command line and ad hoc to retrieve the entire information about that node. Okay, but this is a module, right? A module is like a task. But in the playbook, I didn't run any task like setup module. We have debug task, package task, survey task. Okay, we don't have any task with setup name who will gather the facts for us. So technically what happened, whenever you run a playbook, okay, they run one task automatically for you always. And that's what, if you notice, when you run any playbook, they always run this task for you. We don't ask them. Other tasks we can type, but this task behind the scene, they're using the module called setup only. So in the playbook, when you run, this task always run first task. They will first gather all the facts of this node or all the nodes. Okay, so we will get entire live information of the system, and wherever we want to use the live information, we can use maybe for printing purpose and some other purpose. So this gathering facts is the one task automated run in the playbook world, and behind the scene they use the module called setup module. That is the reason, even though we run 2 tasks, but they run one more task extra. 3 tasks they run. That's what you see, the total 3 tasks. Okay, because of this facts, they run automatically in the playbook. Now, if this is about facts, okay, and some of the information about the facts I given to you and how to use it. Okay, this is one topic complete. Now let's move for one more topic. 2 or 3 topics I'm going to cover right now. Then I'll merge all this topic together, and then we'll solve this big use case, what I discussed to you. Okay, so this one thing. So we are moving toward this direction. Okay, so let me take one more topic. So this topic is, guys, about conditions, right? Guys, in the programming world, okay, or in the real world also, right? What we do, we say we will go and check the movie tickets at this time. If we find the time movie at 10 p.m. today, then only I will buy the ticket. Or if I get the premium seat or gold seat, then only I buy the ticket. So this is what we're taking the decisions. And what decision I want to take, accordingly I take the actions. Okay. So normally in the real world, we keep on taking the decision. And in the programming world, if you want to take the decision, we normally use a keyword called if. And what we say, if I got the ticket in the maybe cinema hall that is equals to the gold seat and premium seat, then only I will buy it. Otherwise, it's kind of else. I don't buy. I will find something else. I'll do something else. Okay. So this is what about a decision, right? Same thing you can do in the Ansible, but here we don't have the if keyword. Instead of if keyword for doing and taking some decision, we use a when keyword. Otherwise, concept is same. Okay. So when keyword is helping us to take the decision. And guys, we always take the decision based on certain thing, certain rule. That's called conditions. If we find the ticket is gold, then this is the condition. If this condition is right, it's called true. Then we'll do something. If condition is wrong, it's called false. We won't do this. So normally the condition where either you become true or false, there's no other choice. And normally, guys, this concept is called Boolean. So either you have a true or false, anything. Either 0 and 1, the same thing. But 0 is false, 1 is true. Okay. So same concept we can apply here. So Ansible also has capability to take the decisions, okay, based upon the conditions. And interesting thing is Ansible also support Boolean. It's a one kind of data type. Okay, so let me show this code very quickly. So let's say d.yml. Okay, I'm running this code against, again, one of the IP address. Let's host. Let me run again this IP address. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to run a task. Okay, and my task is, let's say I want to print something. Debug. And if you just want to print the message or the string, you can actually type I am women, for example. Okay. So guys, when you run any task, debug task, package task always run. The by default nature of the task is they always run. Let me show you. Task always run. But we can control the task. We can decide when to run the task and when not to run the task. Because in playbook, we might have a lot of tasks maybe, but sometimes you want to take a decision. No, I don't want to run this task. So how can we control? So every task come up with a keyword called when keyword. Okay. So every task has their own keyword. Okay. It's not a part of the debug. It's a part of the task actually. So task give every module this same keyword when. So this isn't because they belong to task only. So they have an equal intent. You don't have right in this way. Otherwise become the part of debug. Debug don't have this property. Is that when is a keyword from the task. Okay. And when is like if guys always support Boolean true or false. Okay. So by default, if you type this line or don't type the line, by default, they are true. True is one keyword. It's not a string. When a double quote, it becomes a string. No, it is a Boolean, means double without double quotes. Okay. True means this task, when say I'm true, means I'm true means always run me. So by default, if you write this line or don't write this line, when is always true. See, this task run. But if you have some requirement sometime come up, okay, you can make it false. And this particular task won't run. So we're controlling this task. You want to run this task? Yes or no? That's a false. So this task here is skipped. We don't run this task. So we can do very easily control very quickly. Okay. A better way to control is what can we do? Can we create one variable? Where? Okay. Let's say variable is C is like control. And here I can make it value false. Or instead of false, I write here, I can give my variable name, let's say C. Okay. So my point is, maybe guys, somebody written this task for us. Okay. So without changing in the code, I told you yesterday, it's good to control from the variables. That's what I explained you already. So somebody write the code from the variables we are controlling. Okay. Do you want to run this task? No. In the future, you think, no, I want to run this task. I can say, okay, do one thing. What a task you have in behind the scene. I just want to allow you. So it is like a controlling, right? Somebody write this code for you, and some of the guys who are running this playbook, they're controlling by writing the true here and say, do one thing. Now this time we want this task to be run. So we're controlling. Right? So very quickly, so proper planning of the code will give you this flexibility. We have. Okay, we can write. And because this is a variable, we can directly write the variable name in this way, or one more way I can write the way I showed you yesterday. This is also one of the way we can write. We can write the variable with the string interpolation. Okay. In this way. Okay. This is also the one way we can write. But in some situation, it is working, guys. There's no error. Okay. But in some situation, this syntax is not recommended. They show you one warning. Okay. So there's one concept, maybe today in my next class, I'll talk about Jinja template. It's a very interesting concept. Okay. So yesterday and today, I guess can give you a lot of base. On those base, understand Jinja templating won't be a big deal for you. You will like this topic, and topic will be very light for you. So we'll discuss there. Okay, but technique is working fine. But in this example, it's not good practice to write in this way. Let me use the same way. So we can give the variable name in this way also. And we're working great. Okay, working great. No issues. Now, based on this information about when keyword or about facts, now these two concepts, guys, will connect together, and let's build something like this. Let's build something like this, the way the use case I was talking about. Okay. So now what we'll do, okay, based on these two concepts, let's build something. So I'm going to do one thing. I have this file, guys, my web page. I'm going to create a kind of final web.yml code. I'm going to run this code against all the web group. I have 2 IPs by chance with me. I want to run one task. My task is to install the package. My package name is HTTPD, and I want the state to be present. It's always good practice to give a task a name, the way I explained yesterday. Name is, let's say, install web package. Okay, and this should be same indent. So this is one task we created, and I told you guys task always run. Why they run? If you write or if you don't write, we always has when is true by default. So task always run. Okay, but now understand one thing. When always want true. Now it is your choice. Let me add one point here. The way the last code is. Okay, not here. Okay, so when always need true or false, that's all. Now it is your choice. You give the true false directly, or you can give true false in this way also. How? Okay, so what I can do, I can take my distribution name. Okay. And I check, does this distribution is equals to Red Hat? So what is this, guys? This is the condition operator, right? Double equals to, less than equal. Okay. So whenever you run, this is what is a variable. This variable we don't have, but it will come from the facts. So they will tell you the OS family. And whatever value come from this IP address, from the fact, I compare with my string. If both are equals, is equal to. This equality operator. Okay, also known as condition operator. And guys, every condition operator will finally give you output either true or false. If the family, what is coming from this OS? If a Red Hat, it become true. When say I only need true or false, if I give me true, I run this code, otherwise I don't want. So it means when I run this playbook, it should run because this OS is Red Hat. But if I write here Ubuntu, okay, so this code won't run because this IP is based on Red Hat, so they skip this task. And this is very important, this concept, because there's some project, okay, you want something to be done on Red Hat, something to be done on Ubuntu, and something may be common both. Then we can add this condition. Install this software in Ubuntu only. Install this software on Red Hat only. And copy this file in both the computers. So don't write this condition there. Yeah, then this is useful. And one more last thing I want to add here. If I just write Red Hat, okay, it won't work. Because this is case sensitive. Okay. Because whenever you retrieve, even though let me show you what is this? OS family. So when you guys retrieve the OS family of this IP, they give you Red Hat, but R and H is capital. So this is a value they retrieve, right? So this is case sensitive. What a value they retrieve, same you have to write. Okay. So H and R. Okay. Then it will work. It is working, right? So that's also can. So technically, when need true or false, it is your choice. You can directly give true or false, and you can give true or false with the help of some condition operator like equals to, less than, greater than, all the things we can write. Now, based on this entire information concept, now we can build. So in all the computer, this software will installed. This is the code we have seen multiple times. So let me run the Ansible playbook. In all the computer, they are installing the software. By chance, we already installed yesterday, so there's no change. Okay, but if I add something like this, no. Okay, what I want do one thing. Just check the OS distribution. If they are Red Hat, then install. Okay. So let it be done. So now they're checking. Are you ready? By chance, in my case, both are Red Hat. I install the same OS, both the side same. So they install it. Or let me do one more small thing. So let's say this is the code I created. Let me run this code because I want to show you something here. Playbook. This one, they are going to give me, which one is giving the memory? Okay, 1 minute. So I just want to know the memory free. So I'm going running this command. Like if in the history command, every command gives us some number 163. So you run 163 command. So you can write hash the symbol 163 no space. So that command automatically run for you from the history. Okay. So this computer has memory 117. This computer has memory 216. So let's say we want to build something like this. What I want to build, any computer that has a memory more than 200. I want to install my software there. Okay, because I know my software, my application service need minimum 200 MB RAM. Okay, so I will retrieve this information from the fact on the real time by this key or this fact, and that I can write here in my code. Okay, so I can write here. Or maybe I have a condition. I want my OS to be Red Hat and my memory to be more than or maybe equals to 200. And it's a number because MB, so 200 means MB. Okay, so both the conditions you can also write together. And because these are facts or the variable, we don't put the facts and variable in double quotes. Okay, yeah, if you use double quote, then you have to use this symbol. String interpolation, what I showed you yesterday. Okay, and guys, you know, in the programming world, okay, if you have multiple condition, first condition, second condition, if both the conditions true, then it's true. Then it's called AND operation. Okay, so we have a one keyword called AND here. We can write. It means if this is true, if both is true, then AND say my all is true. You know, this is called logical operators. Okay, and better way to write this is we can write in this symbol to make it more clear. So this is the first condition I have, the second condition I have. If this condition true, I don't run this code. If this condition is true, both is true, then I'd say I am true. So all thing is true. When say if everything is true, then I will run this code. I will run this code. Like this, you can add much more thing here, right? So technically, when I run this code finally, Ansible playbook, run this code is going to run in this computer only, this only, also. By chance, both are Red Hat 9 or Red Hat, I can say. But according to my requirement, this computer has very less RAM available, has more RAM available, so they are going to operate in IP 113. So my web server is going to installed in IP 91. 113 is been skipped. Okay, maybe at this point in time, they're taking the decision that are in real time. Maybe at this point in time, 113 has a lesser RAM. This might have bigger, more RAM. So whatever the current is time, the status, that's what they take. So out of all the computer, only this computer has been configured. What I was talking about are use cases. Or maybe you can run all the computer you have with all keyword and the host, all group. Okay, they will run all the computer, and based on your use cases, your decisions, what decision you take here, they will install over there. Okay, install over there. Or maybe you can add one more thing here. You can use all keyword also. Okay, so I can say if this is Red Hat or Ubuntu. Okay, if any things will work. For example, let me write here. If OS family Red Hat or if this is Ubuntu. Okay, so let me put in the parenthesis. Okay, so if this or this, it will work. But in this case, guys, if you write or normally means, you know what, if this condition true, that does not matter remaining condition true or not. My memory is also less, it will work. So technically, this is not what I want, right? So when I run my code, okay, they install guys on all the computer software, even though they have lesser RAM. Why? Because when I write or here, it means as the first condition true, okay, they will skip the remaining part because they say or means one is true, then we have to make it true. But you say no, then not in this case. You have to check this condition. I want to put this entire block in this way. This is one big block. Okay, so what I mean by this big block, let me explain you. Okay, this big block means, okay, this is the condition number A. This condition number A. This is the condition number B. And let's say this is the condition number C. So what I write, A or B, There's a B condition, there's A condition. This entire condition I put in one block. And condition number C. Okay. So technically, where you have the and start from here and. So this is for the and, there's a one big block. For this and, there's a one big block. And say both the side is true. This is also true. This is also true. Then I will give you true. Now, if you talk about this line, this line. So they say I'm or. For me, this is the block. This is the block. If anybody give me true, I will become true. So let's say you're running with Windows. So this is Windows? No. This is Windows? No. So all condition will be what? False. So this become false. If they become false, we give the and a false, and we'll give or false. Like a normal programming world, guys. This is what we do in any programming language. Okay. But if let's say you're running Ubuntu, are you Ubuntu? No. This give you false. Okay. Or B, are you Ubuntu? Yes. This is going true. A give false, B give true, or say anybody give me true, I become true. So this entire block become true. Then and C, does in this computer we have this less than this memory free? Yes. Okay, by the guys, I had the wrong symbol here. We have to look for greater than actually, not less than. Are this memory free? Yes, so this is all true. So and say both are true, then I will give the true to whom when. Okay, so let me rectify this code. Maybe this might be a requirement you want something less than 200, but let me, in my case, I was looking for more than 200 MB RAM. Okay, so like this kind of multiple nested conditions we can also write. So by chance this system is Red Hat, but that has a lesser RAM, less than 200 MB. So that part is skip, and this part satisfy both the conditions, all the conditions when they run for us. Okay, or we can do one more thing here. It's very interesting. We can put entire block, this from here block start until here block end. This is one big condition. And they write one more and. Okay. And we write, let's say C variable here is a variable. Okay. And maybe variable maybe do setup. Okay. And what I do, I create one variable here with the name do setup. It's a variable name with the value true. So technically, this task will install only if you have Red Hat or the Ubuntu, or if you have 200 MB RAM. But at the same time, okay, somebody has created this code, maybe your content creator, developers, but they give this facility that anybody can control this task by this variable. If this variable true, it means if this is true and this is true, because it's and means this should be also true, then only this task will run. So they're giving this control button. It's like a button, switch and switch off. When this button on, true, then we'll install it. Some part will skip because of the RAM is limited. But if the button is off, okay, then maybe we all certify everything, but we'll skip. We don't run this. So it's like a kind of button we have given. So very, very interesting. Okay, because some of the situations, okay, we have one playbook. You might say, don't run the playbook. No, point is different, right? I have one big playbook, might contain hundreds of tasks. Some of the tasks I want to switch on and switch off, like a button. Then I want to run the playbook, and some of the tasks I can control by this button or this kind of switch and switch off by decision. Okay, and one more interesting fact is the way I explain you in my Like, this is the concept, guys, is not even available in your books also, right? So if you have 294 registered students with us, okay, so they give you some information about here, but the way I'm taking the use cases, the practical use cases, a lot of extra concepts, it's not part of a book. Okay, so but this is very interesting to have the setup in the organization to give a better flexibility in the automation world. Okay, but one more thing, the way I explained you in my last class is, when after we create the playbook, developer create the test, everything working fine, it's good practice. Okay, but this code is created by the content creator, and this code is used by some other team. Maybe they might have good idea in Ansible or might not be. Okay, so it's good practice. Okay, don't ask them to go in this file and control from here. Okay, why we create the variable? So nobody will go and change the code from the variable they control something. But the better practice is, don't ask them to control to come from this file. What I mean by this, okay, so good practice is, don't create the variable here. Instead, there's one more keyword called where_file keyword. Okay, where_files, I believe this is the keyword name. Okay, and all the variable that you have, don't keep here. Let's say this is a variable name we have. Okay, we keep this variable in different file. Let's say file name is called myvar.yml. So we create a separate file and keep all the variables there. Okay, variable there. Okay, and which file we're using, because we might create hundreds of files, so we'll include this file in my code. So instead the variable name, we can include the file name. Now, interesting thing is, now, okay, when I run this playbook, okay, so one minute, host web, here we have some spaces issues where file look same, this indent is also look same. Okay, oh, one minute. Okay, this is my possibility. In your where files, we don't give this space. Okay, this might be point. 1 minute. This looks good. Final. This look good, right? Maybe this is a where's file. Let me check very quickly. So in Ansible, where_file. Yeah, it's where's files actually. Where's and files, SS, both the sides. Okay, it's where's file. So yeah, working fine. The point here is, okay, now this code has been developed by the developer, given by the other team member, and we ask them that this code is completely done, tested. Don't try to change in the code, and don't try to open the file. Also, if you try to open, there might be possibility this maybe some kind of mistakes might happen. But we given you a flexibility to control the code. Means the creator will tell us, a different team, we're given a control, some controls to you. How? Now, whatever control you have, okay, we given a file, like a variable file. From this file, we can control. Okay, so if you want to say false, it means this setup, when you run and somebody run, it will be skipped. See here, entire part is skipped. Okay, but if you want to true, just come here without going to file. So guys, you can think in this way. If you guys from the IT background or network background, security background, we might not be so much comfortable in coding, but we comfortable in this kind of, things, right? This is more look at configuration file, key, value pair, attribute, configuration keywords. So we just come here, change some setting. I want to implement my setup, okay, and run. And now this is doing right. Okay, so it again is complete planning, game of planning, right? Okay, so whoever create your code, they will decide what plan they do. For example, they might also write one variable name here instead. So tell me your package name. The way we got in the yesterday class also. Package name, which package you want to install. And this variable either we put here, we put in this file. Okay. So we write here in this file, your variable name called package name is HTTPD. Okay. So when we run this code, HTTP package will be installed. It's been installed. Okay. Or maybe in the future you want to install some other package. Just come here. Let's say I want to install a software called PHP. If the PHP software available on the computer, then will be installed. So without going to code from this center variable file, it's like an input files here, new software will be installed. Okay. So it's like a control file, variable file, or parameterized file. We are providing some input to the main playbook. Okay, over here. Okay, one more thing we can do here, we not about to understand which software we are installing, so we can also parameterize this. Means in my final web, so in my name of the task, I can say installed package. This one package name. Here also we can give the variable name. Maybe okay, some dot. So whichever package they will install, name update here. So my task will run with this name. So it will be very clear what is going on, which package we are installing. The way you see here, they're installing the package named PHP. Okay. So skip because maybe at this point in time they have a limited RAM. They might be skipped because the RAM maybe you can check also mem free. Maybe at this point in time this system might have less than 200 MB RAM. That's what they skipped. Okay, so my script is working great, but okay. So this kind of plans we can perform. So this is very, very interesting concept, guys. Okay, because writing the playbook, automated thing, okay, is important in the Ansible. They use intelligence language, or I can say Ansible has their own language. They use YAML. YAML is standard way to present thing. But Ansible use their own keywords like package keyword or state keyword, present keyword. So this is the keyword from the Ansible. Okay. And that is the reason this is known as Ansible has the own specific language. It's called domain specific language. So this term actually known as in the market is called DSL, domain specific language. So Ansible has the own domain specific language. Specific language means they have their own meaning of present, own meaning of state, own meaning of host. We present this domain specific language in a standard way called, or human readable way called YAML, yet another or yet INT markup language. Okay, this also we can say in this way. Okay, but Ansible make this thing intelligent, but okay, how well is it, guys? If you see here, it more look like coding, but it is a game of planning. We're planning it. We try to make it more sophisticated, right? So we as a developer of Ansible content creator, we develop this code, but we know this code will be used by some other team, so we give them a better simple way. Now use this file, don't touch, control from here. Okay, so this is how we can do. Okay, one more thing we can do, if you go to the Ansible playbook command and see the help playbook command. In this help, you will see if they have here, they should have. Okay, if you see here in the help, this keyword extra variable. Okay, extra variable. Now, what can you do? Okay, sometime you can also pass in this way. Okay. For example, right now my variable name is this one. But now running my playbook, I can also pass my variable from the command line. Okay. Now where my variable is, we can also pass from here. I think they support equals to here. In this way also. Okay. So let me check the syntax. Yeah, it's working. Okay. So even though let me do some small change because my RAM is now become, because I install some software PHP that makes my RAM decrease. Now something is happening. Okay. So my point here is now we can, instead we take the variable from this file. Okay. We can remove from this file. And we can ask them, okay, because this is some sensitive information we have. I don't want to give my variable name here or value here. While running the code, you can pass it. Or maybe sometimes we already have this setting in the file, but while running the code, we can override this. So maybe I think I have true, but while running the code, you can override this value to false. So guys, here the false. I think this should override. Okay, so it should overwrite because they are installing it. Let me, syntax is double without double quotes. They're doing it. So 1 minute, guys. Let me take the better syntax for this. And sometimes there's this concept of priority also, right? Maybe they have a different priority. 1 minute, but Ansible extra where. 1 minute, guys. I'm checking. There were some double quotes or some spacing issues, maybe. Extra variables. Yeah. Okay, this space actually no equals to. And in some version I used equals to, that's what I thought. But yeah, there's no space. That is a small difference in the code. So same syntax, but there's no equals. So we can skip this part. Even though this syntax is also not working. 1 minute. Right. Extra wheres. Extra where. This is syntax, right? Maybe. Again, there's a game of the priority also. Maybe they're giving this file this priority. So let me show you a different way. This example. Okay, let me in this example this way. So concept is same, but let me take a different example to understand this. So there's some time in your some information, guys, you need, but it is sensitive. Maybe in my code, I'm setting the database and I have to pass the password. But I can put the password here. Okay. So what can we, let's say, let me remove this. Let's say this is sensitive information. It is not, but let's say this is sensitive information, right? So what I can do, let me remove it. But if you don't have put this variable, your code will fail. Okay, the code you are needing this variable somewhere. So they fail. They say we are checking something in the code, in somewhere in check, we need some variable. Okay, and that variable is not there. So example, we are running this code, we need this variable, neither we have in this file, neither we have in this variable file. Okay, so what can we do? Okay, we can ask if anybody want to run this playbook. While running, they can pass this value. They can pass this value. Okay, I don't know why they are showing you. Okay, it should show skip. Okay, but this is how we can do. I think this might not working here, but this is also one example I want to explain. Okay, 1 minute, let me check that this is the code we always work and do setup. it should work do cell, right? It's and it's false, it should false, right? But this is one idea. Maybe let's try to build in different code. Okay, but this is, guys, one more concept we can develop. Well, let me try to do in this way. I don't know. Let's we guys build. Let's try to use another example maybe. But this is also one of the way. The use case. Just try to understand this use case. If you have this file, your code need some variable, but you don't have that variable in this var file included. Maybe it might be sensitive. So anybody who run your code playbook, they will know the password or some of the things they will pass here. Or other use case that I will explain to you, we already have some for example, something like this, already have some default settings. Let's say default setting is false. So by default, somebody give me this software, this package, this entire playbook with this default setting for false. It means if anybody run the playbook with the default setting, they will always skip. But now they give facility without going to the code. Okay, you can pass from the command line with this value called true. Okay, and we will skip this default setting. Okay, but I think this part is not working in this example, but this is the idea actually. Might not be supporting this version, maybe this possibility, but this is what I was trying to explain to you. Might not be supporting this version, maybe this possibility. Okay, so this is also one more thing. Let me check also one more time. That's extra where. So this is what defined at the runtime. That's what I'm doing. Okay, and this is how we do. So this is how I write. Same, right? So, but yeah, they're not supporting. Maybe let me try in this way also. This support this version. Okay, the syntax. Let me try. Maybe this version might change the syntax. So let me try one more time with different syntax. They might change. Multi-value you can pass the command line. So this is a kind of do setup : to base like a JSON. Same thing I'm doing. Okay, and because this one we normally put in the code. Yeah, guys, this is actually working, right? This is actually working. So by chance in this version of Ansible, because the syntax that I show you, it actually the standard syntax, it work. Okay, but in this version of Ansible, okay, they change this syntax. They use JSON format, or they might support YAML also, but I'm using JSON here. So this is what the syntax they support. Maybe in this new version, I think this is a new guide, latest version of Ansible, they use this syntax. So concept is same what I explained to you, only the syntax to pass the extra variable is not this syntax. This is what we had. Now it's changed to this one. So let me show you one more time this concept, so I don't want any confusion. So maybe somebody given this code with by default variable called false, but I want to make it true. Okay, while launching, this syntax by chance does not support in this version of Ansible, so it's not working. But only difference is we have to change the syntax here. So by default is false. If I run my code without any input, they will go for by default settings. They skip it. See, I skip. But without changing the code file, and from the command line, we can say no. What a by default keyword value they have, I want to overwrite. Okay, make it true. Or maybe this value I might not have, will overwrite. They make it true. Again, they skip because of the RAM. So maybe that system don't have so much RAM. Otherwise, I show you last example, it was working. Okay. So this is like JSON syntax they support here. Okay. So this is one more way we can do. Okay. Again, this is very useful way. Sometimes if you want to integrate your Ansible with some other CI/CD tool, other automation tool like Jenkins. Okay. So somebody given you one pre-created code. Somebody given you, let me check my RAM also. I can show you this demo one more time. Kind of the RAM on those computers. Because we have very limited RAM, less than 160, that's what the skip, but let me change. So we and me both will be confident. Okay, so somebody, okay, create this code for you. They give you pre-setting default value. You can change here. But if you want to run this code by some other automation tool like Jenkins and some other tools, okay, so they run this command actually finally. Those tools, they run this command. Okay, so while running this command from some tool like Jenkins or some other CI/CD tool, okay, we can pass that I want this setup to be done. It's very harder by some Jenkins to go inside the file and change this default setting. So the command line argument is very useful for those purposes, right? I say, what are the default setting you have? This extra variable, either I don't have this variable, maybe some credential, or if you have, I want to override with true. So there's also good use case here. It is working great. Okay. So guys, this is some more concept I explained to you here. So this is a very, very powerful concept. And interesting thing is, in your 294 training, even if you see a book, okay, they might give you this keyword to be used, but I'm trying, this kind of example is not built there. Interesting thing is they're not taking out the use cases also, where to use these in the real prospective real world. So I built and explained you all the concept, very real concepts, what if you use in the real world. Okay. So this one concept. I want to add one more concept today, then we will conclude the today's class. Okay. So before I go for this concept, there's one more interesting thing we can do with Ansible. So in Ansible right now, we have this list of hosts. Okay. Sometime we're running a playbook, but sometime in this list of hosts, I want to run some command directly from the Ansible without going to the system. So we have Ansible. Okay, for example, in this node, I want to run some command. Okay, so we have one module called command module, where we can pass a means argument any of the command, like date command. Okay, so in this computer, date command. Or you want to run the command, date command, all the computers, then we can all, or we can give the group name also web group. Okay, so all this command will run there. It's very useful because sometimes we have to update the system. I want to update the group of computers. I want to upload, I want to maybe do some patch. So whatever command you have here, okay, you can do. For example, I want to do yum update y. Okay, so there's one big command, so I put in double quotes. So all the computers, now we will go 91, then 13. Okay, we can do all the updates. So sometime, okay, some company has their own specific commands, right? Interesting thing in Ansible is they have modules, package module, they give the intelligence, but sometime some company has their own specific commands, some custom command that is not there in the Ansible. Okay, let's very simple example, let's say date command. It is there in the Ansible, let's say this is the command. Or maybe this command may be script that is being created by your company. Okay, so this is command to run all the computers, for example, if they have their like command, then this is very important keyword to have. One click, if I do reboot here, one click, all the computer will reboot in one go. I don't want to reboot right now, but one click, all the computer will reboot it. my point here is any command you want to run. Okay, you can use the command module. Okay. And one more thing I want to add here. If I use directly the command, okay, it will work. So my point here is in Ansible, without module, thing won't work. You have to give some module name, command module, setup module, package module. But if you don't give the module name, by default module they use is command module only. In Ansible, everything we do with the modules. So you can say, or you can think in this way, module is a core of Ansible. Or I can say Ansible intelligence comes from the module. Okay, so why Ansible is intelligent? For example, I want to use a module called package module. And I want to install a package called stdpd with state present. So the way I explained you guys in my last class or the first class, maybe. Okay, what I explained to you, okay, Ansible intelligence, right, means Ansible will go to all this computer, okay, and try to find out, okay, okay, hey, you are Red Hat, let's say 9, or let's say, hey, you are Ubuntu, okay, and I want to perform some task on you. What task? Package. So this module is the one who will automatically go to Red Hat and say, who are you? You are Red Hat. And because you are Red Hat, so I know your package manager is Yum or DNF. I know your package manager is apt-get or apt. So Ansible, behind the scene, we use Yum command in this computer, apt-get command in this computer to install this software, if the software available there. Okay. So Ansible command is not doing actually for you. You can think this command is just like a layer, just kind of frame. On the top of this command, there's a multiple packages they have. Every package doing their responsibilities. Okay. Anything related to packages, they will do. Anything related to services, they will do. The point here is intelligence comes from packages, sorry, from the modules in the Ansible. Okay, and it means whatever you want to do in the Ansible world with the automation way or with the intelligence way, this is called RALware, resource abstraction layer. Okay, we need that particular modules, and the huge module available is a very, very powerful tool, and huge hundreds and thousands of modules you can find over the internet for every particular task. We'll talk more about it. Okay. So Ansible intelligence comes from the module. Here they use behind the scene the facts actually. So module will take the information from the facts, or the facts we discuss all today. It means if you're running this command, all, let's say all contain one IP1, let's say IP100 for example. So Ansible will take you there to IP100. Okay, and in this 100, they've run the module called package. So now package module will ask from the fact that I'm looking for to do something on the packages. Can you tell me your package manager name? DNF or the Yum? So they say DNF or Yum. So package say, no, I'll get the information. Now I call the Yum command to install the software. So every module behind the scene utilize the facts. These are the facts, right? Can you tell me this is a name? Can you tell me your command name? What are the need behind the scene? Okay. So Ansible and intelligence come from module, and module behind the scene take the help from the facts. Okay. So one more small thing I want to add. For example, let me run this command package in IP address, this one. This command, ad hoc command, you know, guys, this was the first command we learned in the first day of the class. Okay. So when I hit enter, you will see they go to IP119, and you can see, guys, I am running the module, but internally they run the facts actually. They retrieve the facts. And by this, they come to know in this IP, there is Red Hat 8, they're using yum command, DNF, and they ask the yum, does the software install? They say yes, it's been installed, nothing to do. Okay. But in the Ansible, we can use one option called having V. V means what is happening behind the scene. Let me use the V in the last. Let's go verbose. So they'll tell you behind the scene what is happening. They give you more information. So they say in this system, Ansible using their own personal configuration file is this one. What are this file? In my next class, I'll talk about. So they tell you something that is doing behind the scene. This is called verbosity. Or if I add one more V, they give more verbosity. Now they are very more clear. Okay, what they're doing. Okay, behind the scene. Okay, Ansible is doing something on the modules. They're getting the module from here or getting the module from here. Which module? Package module. Now come to know this package module is stored in my local system in this folder. Okay, and there's some more thing they're doing. What is Python? All the things we will discuss. Okay, what is callback also we'll discuss. Okay, handler also we'll discuss again. But if we add one more V, we have more verbosity. Now it look more something more right in detail. For example, what happened behind the scene. Okay, when you run this command, behind the scene, Ansible is doing SSH to this IP address by the user root and with their password. And even though they're also showing you what kind of SSH is doing and many more things. Okay, and finally they're trying to connect SSH, they find established SSH connection. They log in successfully. And after they log in successfully, the SSH connection done. Okay, then they're trying to run this commands there to install the software. Okay, but we can see in the middle also they are retrieving some facts, right? Somewhere you can find some facts they're retrieving. Tell me, because I am the package module, tell me package manager, DNF or yum. Okay, so they filter the package manager, they come to know, okay, DNF is the package manager. So they use this package manager, DNF. Okay, has their own personal module file, right? And they run it for you. Okay, point guys, here, this is very powerful command. So any time of trouble come up, so this command is very helpful in the troubleshooting part. Because if you're running this command, it's failing, very hard sometimes to understand why they're failing. So verbosity will give you answer. Okay, why they're failing. There's a possibility. Because I told you Ansible does not install the software. Okay, the module will call the right command behind the scene and ask them to run. Okay, so maybe in this system, yum command removed or DNF command is not available. Somebody remove it. They fail. Or maybe the software is not available there. Maybe IP is wrong. Maybe it's not connected. Password is wrong. We don't have network setting connection. Okay, password or maybe something else also. Okay, so sometime by looking at the output, if something failed, they give you the color in the red color. Okay, but to go more deep understanding and research, this verbosity give you more clarity. I think 4V till the support, I believe. Now they give you lots more output. Everything what they're doing behind the scene. Okay, so more deep research and deep troubleshootings you guys can do. Even though this training is not about troubleshooting, but I'm just giving this extra information to you. Okay, basically because we need, because nothing will run foolproof, right? So things will fail and you should know how to debug and how to troubleshoot. So also, so this kind of command going to help you a lot. Okay. So that's all, guys. I believe lots of information are given to you. Interesting thing is all the information are compiled, guys, for you. Okay, if you try to learn this information from something from book, something from net, from the Google, from somewhere from their website, is scattered. You can't get the information in the one flow, the way we should use in the real world. So I compile all the very powerful, useful information the right way and right approach way by some use cases kind of thing I have given to you. So you guys can leverage this power in your respective projects and your concepts. Okay. I want to give you one also as a kind of homework if you want to try. Okay, kind of try. So what you have guys can do, create an Ansible playbook. Okay, what this playbook will do, okay, they will do multiple things. Okay, first they set up the yum, I'm doing yum file or yum or DNF client file. That's called repository for installing some software. And software that I want to install is the Docker. Okay, understand one thing. Okay, I'm installing this software here in this IP address. Why? Because package command module will call a yum command. But in this system, by chance yum is configured, they know from where to put the software. That is the reason they will install it. But in this system, by chance, if yum is not configured, they will fail. But behind the scene, they call yum command, and yum know by chance from where to put the software. So by chance in the system, yum is configured, and that know where the software is allocated as HTTPD, and they have the software available. That is the reason they install it. Okay, but if you try to install Docker, might not be there. So whatever yum you have and your target computer might not have Docker software. So first you have to configure yum client and point out where the Docker is. How? Okay, not manually, with the help of Ansible. Those who don't know, okay, what is yum and how to configure yum manually, then I ask my team, we will provide some extra video to you about the yum, what is yum and how to configure yum manually. Because if you don't know how to configure yum manually, obviously you can't do automated. So this extra video will provide to you. Okay, watch the video and then to try to do it automated. Second thing, after the setup done, then install the software Docker. And what is Docker? By chance, if you don't know what is Docker, Docker is a container tool, containers and technology. Very interesting to know. Again, by chance, if you don't know what is Docker, okay, we'll give some extra 1 or 2 extra video of my training of Docker, so you get the idea what is Docker is. But it's good to know, a very important tool in technology. In today's world, we should know about Docker or the container technology. So learn from here. These extra bonus videos that we are giving to you is not part of your training. Okay, and this task I'm giving to you, it is again not part of your training, but it's good. You can get a lot of information and a lot of practice from this task from my side. Okay, install the Docker. And guys, in the Docker world, after install Docker, start the Docker services. And fourth thing is, in Docker world, we need image. Okay, so use and download some images. Everything you do with the playbook. After download the image, okay, then launch and run the container. Okay, and after run the container, test the container running or not. Check the container running or not. If container is not running, then playbook say will throw the message with the debug command. It's not running. If they're running, they say it's running. Okay, so almost 5-6 steps, or maybe there's some more middle step we might have while doing the setup. You will find it. So create one project. It is like a project actually. Okay, technically project means you have to write a code. It's called playbook. Okay, everything to be automated from here till last. So guys, it's a good example to practice almost whatever we learn. Okay, so try it, guys. And your task, so you try it, whatever the groups you have in your respective team, WhatsApp, just help them to each other. Don't ask the answer from my side. Yeah, any technical doubts you have, my technical team would be there to help you always. So you can ask the technical doubt from them. Otherwise, some more things, more details about the Ansible, we will see in the next class. Yeah, anybody from Earth 3.0, it is compulsory task for you guys. You have to do it in Earth 3.0, right? Okay. Otherwise, any technical doubt you have, guys, till now, you can ask me now. Okay. Yes, Shubham, it is compulsory to have the Python in the manage node. Why we need this in my next class, I'll talk about. Okay, Python is a minimum requirement in the managed or the controller node. Why? Because Ansible built on the top of Python. Without Python, they won't run. But why we need it, we have more detailed discussion. Maybe we'll discuss in my next class. Yes, Sadia, we can also have a loop in Python in Ansible. In my next slide, talk about the loop, how we can set up the loop. Raju, this issue about video, if you miss some classes, we have a form. So you can fill the form. My team will allocate whatever part of the class you missed, they will give the video to you for revision. Yes, Dilip, we can integrate the variable file with shell scripting. So that's also we can integrate in some cases. Okay, where this variable file going to help you, right? So there's one interesting topic come up. It's called dynamic inventory, where I'll explain this concept to you. Okay, the point, guys, here is there may be possibility my target computer IP might change. How my inventory update automatically. Okay, so this concept called dynamic inventory. In my upcoming class, I'll take this topic. So Ravind, I explained this point to you. So whenever we write the software, this software will store in this IP address. In this IP address, by chance, this IP address is already pre-configured with the Yum. So Yum know where the software is. So Yum will automatically download the software from wherever they wanted to. Okay. But if you don't know Yum, we will provide the Yum video classes that will give you the idea how Yum work, how to set up, and how they download. But in this system, Yum or the DNF is almost same thing. They download for you from somewhere. Okay. So yes, Suresh, you can use Red Hat 7.6 also, right, for Ansible setup. Okay, it will work. But I think some command I'm going to show you in my upcoming classes might not work in 7.6. So till now, whatever discussed will work, but the future things, okay, some part might not work. So you might not be able to sync with me. So I suggest if you can do the setup on Red Hat 9 only, so it will help you. Yes, Prasad, this is what Ansible engine is. Okay, so whenever you run any Ansible commands playbook, behind this, they run the command on the top of Ansible. That is technically known as Ansible engine. So Ansible engine is not actually a different command. The concept and the system of Ansible command is actually known as Ansible engine. Yes, so as in Red 7.6, the software name is only Ansible. It's not Ansible core, just Ansible, only Ansible. No, Ravinder, when equals to true means it is always true. There's no condition. We specifically say it's always true. So true is a one keyword, like a Boolean, it always means true. So there's no condition. So when is always work like a true. Condition means if you are double equals to, less than equals to, then this condition will decide either they give you output true or false. Accordingly, when will work. I don't have AWS account. How can I practice? Kamlesh is not required to have the AWS account. You can install Red Hat locally in your laptop and practice it. How to install Red Hat locally? We have given the videos to you previously, initially classes. That I show you how to download the Red Hat, how to install the Red Hat locally. Okay, you can practice there. Exactly same setup. No change. Exactly same. Okay. I am using AWS, so I can do the things very quickly. Okay, even though I also recommend you to have the AWS account, because whatever I'm doing here, they won't charge you. So free instances there, right? And even though how to create the AWS account, that video also we have given to you, right? But we have all the possibility given to you. Okay. So it is host path you can create by yourself, no issues. Okay. It is host, Ansible file is not there. Ansible host, you can create by yourself, no issues. Okay. It will work for you the way it should work. Okay. So are these factor cases? Yes, sir. Ismail, this case facts values and the name both are case sensitives. Are they available in doc? Maybe you can find Ismail the doc for this, but I highly recommend don't follow the doc because facts will vary from version to versions sometime. Okay, and the target to target. Okay, a type of target. So setup command is a great command. Just find out, use the setup module, and they give you the actual current existing facts. Okay. And by looking at the facts name, the name is very clear. You understand what the facts means. So highly recommend, right? Maybe you can find the Reddit official docs, all the facts possible, but I recommend don't use in this way. The way I used, get the module and get the actual details. So does not matter, Rajiv. I don't know what portal you have. You have 8.4 or 9.0. Does not matter, right? Whatever we have discussed in Ansible is agnostic to the platform. Okay, means if you run this Ansible on Red Hat 8, Red Hat 9, it's same, right? Same code you copy in the Red Hat 8, it'll work. Same code you copy in the 9, it'll work. So it is agnostic to the platform. So it does not matter. In your lab, you have 8.4, 9.0, 7.6. It does not matter. Okay. Second thing is given by the Red Hat, whichever version they give you at that point of time when we register, that what they give you. So it is not the critical issue. So don't worry about this. Okay. So syntax change is whatever content we have in 294, there's no syntax change. So I believe whatever the syntax I use here, same syntax will work, right? Almost same. There might be some minor change, maybe for the way I show you here. Okay, this one. That's what I keep on showing you. This is some new syntax come up. Already we have this. So this minor syntax change. Otherwise, whatever we have in the books is almost same. Okay. So just try it. You will find the you can take the things right. But it's Ansible is agnostic from the platform, no dependencies. Okay. Even though you can run on top of Ubuntu also. I'm talking about the Ansible engine. It will work the same way. Okay. So this file you can create from yourself. etc Ansible host file. But you have to create from the root account. First, log in from the root account, right? I think you're trying from the other account. Log in to the root account, then create this file. Okay. This error is coming to you. Okay. No, if you try to do from root account, it will not work. Then the possibility Ansible software is not installed. If you say no, Ansible software installed, then this folder is not created. So first create this folder, etc Ansible. So first create this folder, etc Ansible. Then create this file. Okay. So these are basic things. Basic Linux basic commands, right? So just try it, it will work for you. Yes, Sora, we will talk about the Ansible navigator command. Nothing much. Instead of playbook command, you can use navigator. But don't worry, don't use navigator right now. Just follow along what I'm talking about. I know in the book we have a navigator command. I know this. But I'm trying to explain the Ansible in generic way. Anywhere you want to run the Ansible in any version, you can run it. But about the navigator command, in my next class I talk about. But whatever we discussed till now is exactly the same, no difference. But in the future, I will replace the playbook command, Ansible command to navigator. That's the only difference going to come up. Okay, as 294 training perspective. Okay, so don't confuse with the navigator command. We will discuss. Till now, use the same command what I'm using right now. So regarding system resource requirement to install the app, is that work in the same way for like everything. I created a new container port to install the app. In that case, I don't have to worry about the resources. No, Rajiv, you have to wait. You have to worry for resources. Why not? Container also use the resources, right? Okay. So if you launch a container or the port for running the app, they also need resources. So maybe I'm using Ansible for deploying the container. Okay. But container might need 2 GB RAM, 1 GB RAM, depending on the app, right? So I have to check first which system we are deploying the container. A target component is called container host. Does they have that much resource available? Okay, so Ansible can think of it. Even though in the container world we use Kubernetes and OpenShift, there's a different point. They will take care of those points. But if you are running with Ansible, then you can take this plan. Use this plan what I discussed today. Okay. New container created with the required resource based on app. Obviously, container is just a kind of nested process behind the scene. So app will decide how many resources they need. Container never decide, right? Now working space now, very nice, very nice. It's working now. Good. So that's all, guys. I believe these are the query you guys are asking here. Okay. Practice the first all this concept what I discussed to you, then go for this task what I ask you to perform. And while practicing, while doing this task, take the help from each other. It's good as a knowledge sharing perspective, or my team is there in your respective groups, technical teams. Any respective doubts you have, just solve from them. They help you. Otherwise, in next class, next weekend, we'll go to the next level. Okay, even though lots of things actually we have covered. Actually, if you see the content, lots of things we cover. But yeah, we will go to next level in my next class. Okay, and I highly suggest, guys, all the videos we are sharing to you, extra knowledge, Yum or Docker, just go through it. It gives you a lot of knowledge, and while solving the task, it will help you. Okay, so that's all, guys. See you in the next class. Bye. Good day. Take care. See you.